If you've ever looked at a BMW i7 or iX and thought, wow, these cars are really ostentatious, perhaps even over-the-top displays of tech, BMW has even more waiting still. The car behind me right now is called the BMW Vision Neue Klasse, and it's brimming, living, breathing, all sorts of features and stuff that we haven't before seen from BMW. So without further ado, let's get into it. Make no mistake, this is undoubtedly still a concept car at its very core. Nonetheless, as its name suggests, the Vision Neue Klasse now marks the closest iteration we've gotten to the production car that will form part of BMW's upcoming family of Neue Klasse car. Translating quite literally to new class in English, the Neue Klasse heralds an unprecedented era of cutting-edge luxury vehicles for the Bavarian firm, while also paying homage to the legendary sedans of the 1960s that spawned lineages that are still running today, such as the 5 Series and 7 Series. If you think the Vision Neue Klasse looks straight out of the future, then BMW has certainly succeeded. In fact, the firm acknowledges its design is so progressive, it looks like it skipped an entire model generation. Still, if you followed BMW closely in recent times, the Vision Neue Klasse car should actually feel less otherworldly than the two concepts that preceded it. Firstly, the iVision circular concept arrived in 2021, giving us the first drastically different look of the form BMWs could take by 2040. Faithful to its name, the car is designed according to circular economy principles across the board and symbolizes the BMW Group's ambitious plan to become the world's most sustainable manufacturer in the individual premium mobility space. Then, in March this year, the iVision D debuted at the CES in Las Vegas, before even reaching us in Singapore in July. With D standing for Digital Emotional Experience, a widespread use of e-ink gave the car a dynamic character of its own, with its ability to wink and interact with its driver. D was also where we first saw the panoramic vision display, which we'll come back to later. The iVision Circular and iVision D concepts represent the pillars of circularity and digitalization respectively, and build on BMW's intensifying push for electrification. With these three pillars, circular, digital and electric, set to define the brand's future, the Vision Neue Klasse marks the culmination of everything we've witnessed from BMW in recent years. In fact, many of the features that you see here, especially the car's new design and interaction language, are actually aimed for production. So we've just had back-to-back workshops. There's been a lot of information, a lot of things shared about the car. But I think from a personal point of view, what I've taken away is that there are three main themes that are defining this Vision Neue Klasse concept. The first is that of continuity while also integrating a sense of future forwardness that you'll see in the design, in the little features that we get on the car. Taking a design cue that's become absolutely definitive of BMWs, the Vision Neue Klasse reinterprets the iconic twin kidney grilles with twin kidney elements. But instead of standing alone in the center, as they always have thus far, they now make up the entire front of the car. Within them, you'll also notice the double headlights we've grown to associate with the firm. Come round to the side and the Vision Neue Klasse's sharp-nosed front end, low belt line, and 2.5-box silhouette will become more apparent. Core to BMW's history, the sports sedan body style is thankfully here to stay, even in the new era. You'll also notice the Hofmeister King on the side of the car's window graphics. Finally, the rear features a reinterpretation of the firm's L-shaped taillights. The second is for the car to be human, like interactive in some sense, for it to have some soul, and also for it to be human-centered on the driver as well. The Vision Neue Klasse's design isn't just an aesthetic progression from the BMWs we've always known, but it's also supposed to serve as a canvas of heightened interactivity, so that the car feels more emotive and in some ways, even alive. Stare longer at the kidney elements and you notice a depth effect created by additional light elements embedded within. The layers here can be activated to varying degrees with 3D animations depending on the scenario. For instance, the car can wake up slowly as you're walking towards it. Also, without you checking your phone or its displays, the car can apparently even inform you about its state of charge, depending on how brightly or dimly lit the elements are. Extra interactivity also comes with the application of the e-ink we saw on the BMW iX Flow and the iVision D, which feature in the exterior welcome scenario. Interestingly, for such a future-oriented car, you won't notice the same level of large screen craziness here as we have on some other cars already available today. Instead, digitalization takes a slightly different form. Part of the human-centeredness that has been built into this car is this new dash that BMW is debuting on the Vision Neue Klasse. It has four main components: this steering wheel, a head-up display that we can't see on the camera right now, this central display that is angled towards the driver, as well as what is probably the party piece, the panoramic vision display here. Every part kind of brings something new to the table that BMW has not done before. So for example, because we have the panoramic vision display, we don't need a conventional steering wheel anymore. The spokes are now at the 6 and 12 o'clock positions so that you can place your fingers on the 3 and 9 o'clock positions for the perfect grip and driving comfort. And of course, this central display that is angled towards the driver also makes it very easy for you to reach over so that you won't be distracted on the road when you want to click items or swipe stuff. And the cool thing with this central display and the panoramic vision display is the fact that they are integrated together. If I take this widget and I swipe it up, you will see that it goes into the panoramic vision display. With the driving experience still core to the DNA of the Neue Klasse cars, this setup is intended to make it easier for drivers to keep their hands on the wheel and their eyes straight ahead on the road. At the time that we got up close to the car, BMW said that it had decided to limit the number of widgets you could have on both the screen and the panoramic vision display. This is so that there won't be too many components vying for the driver's attention. But of course, this is a concept car, so things could definitely still change along the way. The main goal is still to keep things legible and intuitive. And the third, of course, is sustainability. And underpinning all these things is the fact that BMW is really pushing the boundaries in technology and also in terms of digitalization and tech. Since the Neue Klasse cars will also be underpinned by circularity as a core pillar, a large part of the Vision Neue Klasse's design was also guided by more sustainable manufacturing practices. It's not just secondary raw materials that the car incorporates. The car's monolithic structure and also the new kidney elements and taillights are all ultimately targeted at reducing the variety of materials used. This will help optimize recycling of the vehicle in the future. As for what's beneath the surface, BMW's 6th generation eDrive technology promises to raise driving range and charging speeds by up to 30%. For context, the i7 already boasts a range of up to 625 kilometers and can be charged at speeds of up to 195 kilowatts by direct current. Throughout our time with the car back in June, we were told time and again that this was still work in progress, with the team constantly trying out new refinements and ideas with the user interface and user experience. As such, don't be surprised if the car that eventually makes its debut at the Munich IAA has more enhanced features than what you're seeing in this video. Nonetheless, the key pillars of this new design and interaction language presented here should remain. When the first production Neue Klasse car is finally reviewed, expect it to be a human-centered, highly digitalized, and sustainable BMW unlike any we've ever seen. Alright guys, so that was a very quick walkthrough of the BMW Vision Neue Klasse concept car. What do you guys think about it? Are you guys excited about 2025? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons and follow us on TikTok for more. That's all from me here. Bye!